On this episode of Game Shack, I think I know what Arcade1up's strategy is moving forward. Plus, AtGames just announced the 6th skin for their 4KP. Let's talk all about it coming up next. Hey everybody, welcome on back into the Game Shack. I am your host, JDV for Evil Genius Entertainment. Thanks for stopping by, spending a little time here. It really does appreciate it. You guys are the primary sponsor of this channel, so if you can please give me a thumbs up, it really does help me and it helps other people interested in this kind of content find these videos. Please subscribe if you haven't already and hit the notification bell if you have. All right, so let's jump into my little theory for Arcade1up. They just dropped a new Pac-Man game with the wood grain side. It has the exact same lineup of games, same functionality. There's nothing new other than it doesn't have a riser. It might have a light underneath the bottom. I haven't confirmed that yet. But basically it's the same cab that they issued before, but not in great numbers. I think it looks really slick, but of course almost everybody in this community has 1, 2, 3, or maybe even 4 varieties of Pac-Man or Miss Pac-Man sitting around their house. So this again is not something for the established person in the home arcade community, but it is for the guy walking through Costco who might not know that these things exist. In fact, I think that's one of the biggest challenges for the home arcade industry is the fact that so many people still don't even know that these machines exist. And with the release of that 20-game Golden Tee Midway cab, the new Miss Pac-Man sit-down pub table, and now this wood grain Pac-Man, I think that it's pretty clear what Arcade1up is doing is trying to appeal to the first-time buyer of these products. And if you think about it, that's actually a pretty good strategy. I think any one of these, or all 3, would look great in a home bar. Somebody who maybe just found out that these things exist, owns a pool table, has a dartboard, has some other stuff like a jukebox. Hey, wouldn't it be really cool to have a Golden Tee? Or this wood grain Pac-Man, or this pub table, or I suspect that we might see a upgraded version of Big Buck Hunter for the very same reason, is that these are very popular titles in very slick looking, very home bar friendly type designs. And so while that's not going to make anybody in this community excited, James Hates Everything has a pretty hilarious tongue-in-cheek video about the new Pac-Man game that you should check out. But it does keep them afloat. It does, I think, help inspire maybe other people who don't know about these products to jump in, buy them, and want even more. The sad thing is that it's real apparent that we're not going to see any new driving game, we're not going to see a new shooter, we're not going to see any new titles at all. But again, no new functionality means I'm not looking at it, but I do think it is a good strategy for Arcade1up to take on. The bigger news to most people who are in the home arcade community was the fact that AtGames just announced that they're releasing their 6th new skin for the 4KP in the form of Jurassic Park. Now, while a lot of us in the home community were hoping for a little bit different approach, something like Creature from the Black Lagoon, Monster Mash, maybe even a Chucky, The Thing. I mean, there's a lot of things that they could have done besides Jurassic Park, but I understand why they did it. Let's talk a little bit about the technical specs. So this thing should be available to order 1 week from today on September 26th. So that's not too bad. And I've been told that it should start shipping at the end of October. So once you put in your order, you're going to get this thing about a month later, assuming you order it next week. You can get it essentially in 2 varieties, one with the SSF kit and one without. I tell anybody who's really enthusiastic about pinball, get it with the SSF kit. It is absolutely worth it. The other thing to note is that the topper for either version is an optional buy-in. So if you want that topper, you're going to have to buy it separately. You will be able to buy the SSF kit for this going down the line if you can't afford it right now, but you will have to install it yourself. Again, I would have rather had it be something like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which we're probably never going to see, but I did think that it was going to be Creature from the Black Lagoon. I mean, come on, how slick would that have been, huh? It would have been great. Well, I mean, I understand why they did it though. Jurassic Park is one of the biggest IPs in the history of movies and games and all of that. The 3-game pack that comes with it are very good. They're not great. They're not some of the best original Zen games, but they are very solid games and fit the theme of the cab, of course, perfectly well. I expect them to be tuned in. Of course, the lag will soon be removed from those games. So that's all to the good. And if you were really lover of Jurassic Park, then hey, this is something that maybe gets you off the fence and into the game. Now, depending on what you think of the design, this is either something that is fantastic to you or something that might be just a little too close to one of their other tables, Natural History Museum table, which has a dinosaur theme as well. I suppose what you could do is swap out the topper and put on a Jurassic Park, maybe put on a couple of Jurassic Park stickers, which you can get probably for $5 on Amazon, and lo and behold, bam, you have yourself a Jurassic Park machine. No one would really know the difference. But it is very close in theme and very close in look. Now, I think the Jurassic Park game looks better, at least on the left side, with a really slick looking red and orange and everything. The right side is a little bit plain Jane. I wish they had looked at that a little bit more before final design, but the topper looks sweet. All around, it looks like a very solid cab. You know, it's going to be interesting to me to see how fast Jurassic Park sells out. So again, this is kind of a situation where I think that this is going to appeal more to a broader public than necessarily the home arcade enthusiast, although I do know that some of you guys really do like Jurassic Park and are probably going to get this design. For me, I wish that they had gone a little bit more pinhead as opposed to general public, if that makes any kind of sense. Anyway, that should be available to order 1 week from tomorrow as I film this. This is the 17th of September, and it should ship by the end of October. All right, so let me know down below what you guys think about these, my little theory about Arcade1up. You think that they're just completely abandoning the home arcade space and aiming only at the people who like maybe own their own home bar and just want to add one machine? Also, what do you guys think about this Jurassic Park design, the IP itself? Do you wish that they had gone for something like a Monster Mash or Creature from the Black Lagoon? Or no, you are actually really excited about this and you're glad that they're doing it, even though you could get a Natural History Museum design that is very similar? Let me know down below. I love talking to you guys in the comments. It's one of the best parts of running this channel. All right, so that's going to wrap this thing up. You know, hopefully I'll have some more AtGames news in terms of lag. I'm downloading right now some of the lag improvements for other tables, so I'll let you know, particularly for Attack from Mars and Snoopy. I'll let you know if the lag issues have been fixed on that, probably in the next episode. Love each other, and until next time, I'll see you guys in the Game Shack. Mwah!
Be sure to visit evilgeniusentertainment.com for exclusive content, swag, casting call news, and much, much more.